Sorry, that introduction there was from the boot camp, the global AI boot camp today with the innovation group. So welcome everybody to the Azure and AI show. We have somebody new joining us today. It is Samantha St. Louis from Texas in the US. Samantha's going to do some stuff next week, hopefully. And we have Gabriel with us from Spain. And we have Joseph, MVP from Lagos, Nigeria. And Gabriel is giving his first talk for us today. And Joseph is going to do some more stuff then on agents. And I'll finish off with the AI 900 generative AI piece. Okay, Gabriel, can you share your screen with us?
Yeah.
And we have Dan Ray just joining us as well. Hello, Dan.
Hey, everyone.
Hey,
So we have Gabriel
Hi, Dan.
giving his first talk today
Yeah.
for us.
Please confirm if you see my
Yeah.
screen.
I can see
Here
your
we go.
screen there, yeah.
Perfect.
Okay. Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining to us in this new AI show. So basically, I today going to show how it's possible to use and approach the old repository that Microsoft give us about the agent. So basically, we are using, one second, please, because I don't see here. Okay. We are using this repository. This basically, we have a build and configure for us the AI Service Enterprise Agent demo. So, one second here. Go to here. We need to a couple of pre-requirements, and also is in locally you need to install Python, Visual Studio Code with extension, okay, and Jupyter. Okay, on Azure will be using to Foundry, the new portal around the AI. So we need to a project obviously, and the model we use in this part we are using to the GPT-4o. Okay, and optional in this project you can use Logic App to send email, because we are working to agent. Agent is more than just a chatbot. Agent we can do a action. So in this case is send an email. Okay, and also another optional is the grounding with Big to obtain the real-time web data or something like that, right? Open weather, I configure this part to this part, and also search. Around the setup of Azure, right? So we need to deploy. This is the guided step by step to how to is possible to deploy this part, right? Basically, go to the Azure. The first step is set up the environment in Azure. I have this resource. The name is demo agent. So basically, I have, for no extend much this presentation, I have this Azure Hub. Now I need to build a new project. Okay, so basically here my demo agent project. Okay, I will create, and then we need to deploy our model to use, right? So one thing, this is a technical. Here we go. A couple of minutes, less 2 minutes. Okay, made well. This is deployed. I show you how it's possible to configure the Logic App. Okay. So I have this Logic App. So the function is basically to send all information by mail. Okay, you can see here the historical, and also basically the setting, URUs, any. Basically, this is the configuration. Okay, so 1 second. Come on. This is the real show. This is the real.
Yes. Hurry up and wait, right?
Yeah. It's okay. Go to the resource. Basically, go to launch to the studio foundry, right? Okay. So the first thing is go to the deploy the new model. I use the GPT-4. We can see here. Okay. In this part, I recommend you review your requirement about your demo around to deployment setting is global, standard for my site is standard. Remind the data. When you deploy this part in deploy type standard, you are using the same region where is deployment. In this West US 3. This is very important, okay? Also, around the token per minute rate limit. For example, for this demo, okay. The custom, the name, by default. Okay, we are now part of create the project, deploy, and click to the agent option. Now, this is the preview. Go to this part. Oops. 1 second. Mm-mm. Oops. Why it's not working? Oh, okay. 1 second. Oops. Oh, because of the RMA template. So sorry, it's the real show. So if maybe we can stop here, maybe fix this one and go to Joseph midway. You are mute.
Apologies, I was speaking on mute. So I was trying to say sometimes these things work when you're practicing in your lab. They will just wait for you until you come live and then they start acting up. I'm sure everyone who develop projects and is watching the show will understand that things happen this way. So Gabe, thank you. You just have to go back and check. And I'm sure that when you do, you will just see the error and say, oh, this is just why this was happening.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much, Gabe. I'm just gonna be sharing my screen in a bit. Share the screen. Okay, so I'm just gonna be dragging this guy over here. So Frank, can you confirm that you can see my screen? Is my screen visible now,
Yeah.
Frank?
Yeah, I got it there now. Yeah.
Okay. So good evening to everyone here in this part of the world, and morning, afternoon to people in different time zone. So today I'm just going to be looking at something, and I'll first of all drag this to the screen, and then we'll have us look at something here. So I was trying to look at implementing Microsoft 365 Copilots within the week in one of the applied skill. While reading through these documents, I honestly came across a lot of things that I thought that we should pay a bit of attention to. It's a lot, so I'm trying to put this. I'm trying to put this in form of. I'm trying to put this in form of slides, but meanwhile we can look at some things here. The reason why I am bringing this up for us to have as a discussion today is because we have been exploring co-pilots in a while now, and most of us are clapping for how efficient it is, useful, how beautiful it has been, how much it has made our work and life easier. And some organizations are asking question: what's going to happen to our data? What are we supposed to do while preparing for adoption of co-pilots? What happens? I remember somebody met me and it was asking if co-pilot would have access to the data that is resident in another person's OneDrive, if it was that smart. And I mentioned that, hey, Copilot is supposed to have access to the applications, to the files that you have access to, and based on the permission levels that you have on those files, that it cannot jump permission to reveal data to you from another person's OneDrive or a SharePoint site that you don't have access to. And there was a bit of arguments because of the results she got when she queried Copilot. But would you blame Copilot for giving results of what a user thought that he or she does not have access to? The answer I got from going through these documents, and I thought to perhaps put it in form of presentation, even though I'm not that kind of presentation person. I just want us to go and try doing things and see the one that will work and see the one that will not work. But today it becomes important that preparation for adopting co-pilots. Preparing for M365 Copilot has some bit of, requirements of your organization as it has to do with your data management. And that's going to be our point of conversation today. So I was trying to mention that you need to prepare your data very, very well. You need to be intentional before you adopt co-pilots. Overview of your data is one of those things that we are going to be looking at today. So before you adopt co-pilots, you should have some tips in your mind when it has to do with your data preparations. Remove ROT contents. So what this means is that you should perform an extensive data audit to identify and delete outdated data. There is Frank, please can you confirm that I can be heard?
I can see your data preparation tips. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So the reason why we need to remove is because if your data is outdated, then your response from your prompt, disable my camera, it will work better. So you must try to remove content that are old from your
I think your sound might have a problem there, Joseph.
Joseph, I lost your sound.
Okay, so I was no longer speaking. I was just trying to
Okay.
look
Okay.
at my second screen to see that my screen is being displayed and that you can hear me
Okay. If you prefer, Joseph, I fixed the error, my error. So maybe friend.
Yeah, Joseph, can you hear us?
okay. So um
Your sound is a
so
bit kind of scratchy.
you need
It's a little choppy.
Yeah. Let me maybe 1 second. May
make sure that the
may
structure
I may I
of your
may I jump?
data
Just a second now.
is well in place. Then talking about tagging your file with keywords so that this can easily be understood by the data
Yeah, your sound has gone there
prompt
again.
can give you like a good outcome. Then you need to also promote data hygiene among your so they can know how best to handle data and not flood the system with data that are not relevant to them. Now, how do you improve data quality? That you improve data quality
No, your sound is gone again, Joseph.
Okay, so I'll just move in now. Uh, your old content and how do you clean up this content? You need to first of all audit your organization content, including your move outdated materials. Then example of ROT content here, old product spec sheets, the promotional emails, current high value information. Then talk about the compliance and risk reduction. You have to make sure that you have like a structured file system just so you don't have people who are not supposed to have access to some files having access to them, because if they don't know, querying Copilot for such files may give them access to what they had access to but didn't know that they have access to it. So we
we lost to Joseph.
Yeah, maybe that he's just got kicked out of the room. I suppose, Gabriel, if you carry on there, and sometimes when he restarts StreamYard, his audio might come back and
Yeah.
it'll be good. So, do you want to share your screen again with us?
Yeah.
Gabriel?
Yeah, I'm rewind. The interlive.
This is a live show.
Yeah. No, basically, the problem is in the workspace when you are working the project. Sometimes it's not deployed correctly. So basically, okay, after you deploy the project, go directly to Launch Studio. Do you remember? I need to deploy the model. I have my GPT-4 4.0, okay, and then I go to the agent preview. Okay, so 1 second. You can see the AI show agent. Basically, finger crossed. I need to delete. Okay, so what do you need about the AI Foundry to do this demo on your customer, something like that? We need to obviously active our environment and copy this this basically project connection stream. To do that is basically go to here inside the project, okay, copy this part and paste it directly. The model deploy name, this is the very important, the name, okay, because here you can see you can the name per se about the model and order the model name, and then when I configure, basically go to this function. Oops, sorry, I tested to work. And now it's welcome to the Azure AI agent. Important. The first step is important necessary libraries. Okay, we can do this part. Run again. Import all necessary. The second thing is create a client and load Azure AI Foundry. It's okay. And now set up tools, being grounding. On my subscription, it's not possible to do that. Okay, so skip directly this code skip, and then you can see here if you have local doc to upload the code basically upload. So you can see here inside the enterprise data, I have the code of conduct, holiday, HR policy, something like that. Okay, it's correct. Create the vector, connect the AI tool. This is the optional, remember. You can see this part integrate with your data using Azure AI Search. Okay. Finally, we are using the Gradio, it's a UI for this part, and you can see here. Okay. After, when to deploy, return to the agent preview. This part is in preview, and now I will be refresh. Here we go. This is the new agent. Okay. So to test this agent, locally, we are using Gradio. I can open directly in this part. Okay. And we asking again about, do you remember, I have this indexed and vectorized this part. The first thing is maybe it's what is my policy name. Here is searching. Okay. It's working. You can see the company remote working is provided. Another thing is send my direct report the summary. For this part is how it's possible the agent send information in another words do action, right? So basically after, please provide the email. This is the summary, and then summary in this case Gabriel and at mscloudcoe.online. I am using Microsoft 365, but you can use Gmail or three-party tool like a SendGrid, something like that. You need to. Okay, this is the summary on HR is successful grade 2. Here we go. Let's go to check. And you can see here the summary of my HR policy. And also in this part, I can again another resume. But this is the very important because you can also hear. Another thing is I am integrated this part with this part with open weather. Okay, so basically in my IAM I can see how check the weather, for example, around the Samantha, for example, in Texas, right? So okay, this is your weather for tomorrow, Samantha. Okay, so another thing is combine all of things around this part and action, and maybe this is another prompt, finger crossed. So what is my company remote work policy? Checking for tomorrow where in Spain. Do I need jacket? And also, please send me the email. Okay. Blah, 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 blah. Email recap. I will send you recap around information. Checking your box. Maybe this part, I don't think configure. Not yet. But you can see here, maybe email. 1 second, because again, I prove this part. The instruction, I need to change the instruction because it's pre-configured. So is this basically the most important here is you can, let me show you. Here we go. 1 second. Okay. No. 1 second. No, I have only this one. I need to change the logical, but basically here is I show you how it's possible in a couple of steps. You can build, use, and reuse your agent, your information to show your end customer in a couple of steps. So this is my demo for today. I'm also using different things around the Azure AI Foundry, Logic App to send the email, the logical, and the new agent, obviously. This is all for my site. 1 second. Here we go. Are you again, Joseph?
Yeah, that's a beautiful combination of tech there, giving us a very bright outcome. Very nice one, Gabriel.
Thank you.
We hope to see more. We hope to see more of this. Honestly.
Yeah, great that you got it actually working, Gabriel. Very good.
Yeah, thank you.
So it's a kind of great example of where agents versus chatbots have gone, really, hasn't it?
That's very interesting. Also, is this model or this part is pre-configured. We will use in different. You can use the API also as well.
Okay.
So you can use. This is very important to the point of the developer. Okay, we are for my side. I am not a full developer, something like that. I am architect, right? So in a couple of steps, you can build your own agent and use and show your final customer. This is the very important. Use the resource provided by Microsoft.
Very good, very good. So you need to document that now. This is your first.
Yeah.
When you fill out the nomination thing, there'll be a URL for them, so you can use your LinkedIn URL for that.
Yeah, thank you.
So Joseph, your sound is very good now. Do you want to?
Yeah, so let me give it a try again. I'm guessing
Yeah.
my network is not very good today. Apologies for the inconvenience.
No worries.
I'll just share again. So I think I'll just be doing summary around what I was trying to explain. I may
Yes.
not go
So
all the slides.
if if
Maybe
you
that's why the
if you take off your camera again, it'll give you more bandwidth.
yeah. So I may just be dwelling only on this slide, and we can just be having our discussion around it. If I notice that my network is trying to misbehave, I'll just turn off my camera.
Okay.
So basically, was that the fact that everything is happening, Copilot is useful, AI is well embraced. There are things that we should videos with co-pilots, and that was something that is very, very beautiful and embraced by a lot of persons when that presentation came up to us, and that's the essence of my presentation today, so that we should remove redundant and outdated or trivial data from our content that we save in our document repository. So we should perform an extensive audit to identify and delete outdated materials from our storage while you're preparing to adopt co-pilots. Enable archive deletion policies to automate removal of stale content from your repositories. Then you need to also, very, very important, pro license for you to be able to carry out this particular command here to run the inactive SharePoint site policy.
Looks like
Yeah, his network isn't great today. So we're streaming out to 5 LinkedIn channels and 3 YouTube channels today.
that's great.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Okay, so look, I'll share my screen and we'll see if we can get Joseph back again. I'll just probably have to pop in and pop out to see if he's there.
I can watch his chat for you, Frank.
Yeah, very good then. So I'm doing the last part of the overview of the AI 900, and I just have it in Word here at the moment, right? So it's just an overview of the last section of the AI 900. So this is the kind of Microsoft part of it here, the fundamentals of AI. But I actually opened it up in Word just to give you all the different headlines. So understanding generative AI. I'm not going to read the whole lot now. It's just kind of to give people an overview. And I'm going to create a PowerPoint of this whole Word thing, and then we can just go down through the slides. So Copilot made up this thing from a heading I gave it, Microsoft Azure AI Fundamentals, Generative AI, and this is what it gave me. And looking at the Microsoft documentation, this is all, it's all perfect. Well, so applications of generative AI, right? We know content creation, like it can do images, it can write draft stuff, yeah, and articles, can create realistic pieces of art, generate video games environment, and compose original music scores and stuff like that. So it's all kind of great stuff from the last 2 years. So it can be used for designing prototypes, like architecture, fashion, innovative designs and prototypes. So a good one is healthcare, like where it can kind of generate significant implications for healthcare, particularly in drug discoveries and medical imaging. I was telling a story about here in Ireland, we have one of the hospitals in Dublin is called Beaumont, and they're using generative AI to triage all the X-rays and scans, so it can have a better outcome for patients. It can get them up to the top of the list. So the radiologist that actually reads all these things, they get the ones that the people need to be seen for. So that's a great thing in health. Gaming is another one then. Gaming and entertainment. Generative AI can create characters and storylines and kind of all stuff like that. And personalized marketing, we can generate loads of stuff in marketing, analyzing customers' data, generate tailor advertisements and stuff like that. So Microsoft Azure and generative AI, right? It provides a comprehensive suite of the AI and machine learning services. So we went over the machine learning there 2 weeks ago. So, it's for deploying models and training models and, getting them up to speed, either using TensorFlow or Python Torch. Then we have Azure Cognitive Services, where it can build AI models. And we saw one there just a couple of minutes ago, their HR agent, and Gabriel showed us. Then the other one there is Azure Bricks, and we can use that for data engineering and machine learning as well, like, can support large scale data processing and offers kind of seamless integration into Azure machine learning. And then we have Azure Seena Analytics. It's analytical services for big data and data warehousing and stuff. Then we've got the Azure AI infrastructure. It uses high performance virtual machines and GPU clusters. So the conclusion then, it kind of gave us there, generative AI is transforming the way we create, innovate, and solve complex problems, so on and so on. So I just kind of said I kind of put a different thing on it this time. So I'm over here in PowerPoint with Copilot, and I clicked on the top one here, create a presentation from a file. And the file I have here is the AI 900 course. So I'm just going to hit the enter button, and hopefully currently doesn't. Okay, so I just might have to create presentation. Okay, so we'll just go back to here and we'll see what it'll put together for us. So I'm inside here in the draft, the Copilot, and I could reference a file as well, or I can just generate it from Microsoft Azure AI Fundamentals Generative AI. Okay, so we'll hit the enter button. Okay, so this kind of looks like all this, the files in the thing. So we'll just generate slides, and I was going through this earlier today, and the actual Copilot thing up in the top right hand side is actually after changing the way you make slides. So it's after giving us 23 slides. So we'll click on the slideshow from the beginning. Okay, understanding Azure role in generative AI. So in this section is understanding generative AI in Azure, building and deploying generative AI models, use case and success stories. So that's just kind of giving us an overview of the Azure AI services, but we're just looking at generative AI and roles in the industry. This is the part that we're looking for, the generative AI overview. Uses machine learning to create new data that mirrors its training data set. So as I say, I'm not going to go down through them all, it's only just kind of an overview of it. It's a section in the AI 900, the last section. Benefits of AI, ethical concerns, quality control. So it wasn't a bad PowerPoint that threw together there in a couple of seconds. So that was the last section of the AI 900, and I just want to go on to Microsoft Learn.
You're not sharing your screen anymore, Frank.
No, okay, 1 second now. And Joseph didn't get back to us, did he?
I don't think so. I didn't see anything in the chat.
Okay, I just want to find that document there on the 1 second now. Did you see any changes in the
In Copilot?
Copilot PowerPoint?
The last thing I used it for was to create a PowerPoint on dynamic groups for a Microsoft Teams class course. And it kept on referring to Azure Active Directory, so I had to reference Intra. But it definitely gave me the scaffolding for what I was wanting to use for a Microsoft Teams class to explain dynamic groups and how those can populate the group and thus the team. But I didn't notice anything necessarily new. I think the designer stuff has hit in PowerPoint, and I've played around with that, I want to say once or twice. to have it create the graphics.
Yeah, I think Amy is gone from us. I think he done something during the week, creating a kind of a video out of in PowerPoint.
I've done that a few times. Sharon Conley from Australia that we've had on once or twice is where I learned that. I hadn't really thought about the export, but you can export as GIF or export as video. You can put sound behind it. She does some really creative stuff with a PowerPoint. I don't know if Fiona has tips and tricks like that, but I'm looking forward to hearing from Fiona too sometime.
Yeah, I think we're kind of too high tech for what she's doing. I think it's over her head.
Okay.
So,
well, you never know. Maybe she'll come and start a Microsoft Office and Masters program or something.
Yeah.
We've got these online subscriptions.
Yeah.
So
I'm just trying to find that document again.
I know I was playing around with Teresa. Cyrus documented that the Microsoft cloud.microsoft domain is starting to work with some of the personal uses, but it still looks like for work, it's the SharePoint links for OneDrive.
Okay, I see there's a bit of stuff going on with OneDrive, all right, with Copilot.
Yeah.
Yeah. So just for the people that were interested in the AI 900, this is on Microsoft Learn. It's all the information about the certification. So it kind of, these were the kind of 5 pillars that it kind of covered. Artificial intelligence workloads, the machine learning on Azure, computer vision, natural language processing, generative AI workloads. And here you can get the whole course. It's 3 hours for the first part of it, an hour 40 for the second, another 2 hours 39. So it's doable, like, you know. Then they have, when you're ready to take the exam, they have this great kind of practice where you can take the exam as many times as you want. And Microsoft kind of recommend that if you get up to 80% 3 times, you're ready to take the real exam then. So the exam takes 45 minutes. Well, you have 45 minutes to complete the assessment, but from when I took it myself, if you were able to get it over the 80%, you do it in 20-25 minutes. But you have loads of time. And they have these kind of study guides as well. So this is all, I'll actually put this one in on the chat so people can get this page. So this will come out on the LinkedIn post. So that's kind of it on the AI 900.
It's a very straightforward exam. When I took it, it took me about 15 minutes to go through it. And what is in the learning path is exactly what you're going to be tested on. Nothing more, nothing less. I think one takeaway would be There was a lot of questions on visual AI, more than I would have anticipated. It was a big chunk, so I'd spend time there, but otherwise it's pretty straightforward.
It's awesome.
Around this part, around the 800, 900, and also yesterday, I think, Microsoft is just released the new AI agent for beginner guidance around this, around how it's possible to learn. Maybe let me show you. It's another repository about the GitHub, but it's very interesting because the repository have a theme port. This port is Microsoft AI agent for beginner. It's very interesting around to understand. It's a real course. So the different, we are talking about the chatbot or the agent, or they have 10 lessons to teach everything you need to know when you are starting this world. So you have this. I love it because I am native to Spanish. It's more comfortable, right? So this course you have in different language, and also you can start to learn. For example, you have intro the AI agent and use case. You can click here and start to learn. Well, what is the agent, the different agent, the type of agent, when to use the agent. I think it's powerful repository around this world. Maybe it's possible to click here and also see the see the URL, and actually we can share.
Sure, you could share the link in the chat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I pass in the private chat because I have a fix again with my LinkedIn account, so I can put directly.
Okay, and I can post it on.
Yeah, please.
Okay, cool. So did you, Gabriel, do the AI 900 exam?
No.
No. Okay.
I don't have time to prepare. I didn't because I was always working or prepare on delivery something like that. But it's keep in my mind to present that. I think always is the all fundamentalist specialty necessary to understood all technology. AC 900, AZC 900, something like that too.
Okay. Just one here for you guys. Zoom out. So, where'd it go? AI 900. What do you think of the score?
This is very, very good. Also, yeah, congrats, Frank.
So it's not very hard, guys. If I can hit the 900.
Yeah.
I have a few other certifications, right, but never hit that score before. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Whenever I hit those scores, I think I should have taken it a week ago or a month ago.
Yeah.
A year ago.
Maybe I prepared this for the next month, 800, 900.
Yeah, the actual practice thing is very good to get you up to speed very quick, you know.
Yeah.
So the kind of the mathematical thing and the responsible AI section, you know, there's all questions of those. about responsibility, bias, all those ones. The 7 principles, you need to know all those. And the 3 mathematical ones then, like classification, clustering, and regression, those 3, there's a lot of questions around those ones.
Yeah.
So once you know those, you'll be good to go. Like,
Well, another wonderful week, Frank.
yeah.
Samantha, it's great for you to join us. Thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me. I'll try and come back next week with my AI bartender, and you guys can order a drink.
There you go.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
Yeah, this is some cool.
Yeah, that would be great.
If only it delivered them virtually, right?
A mojito, please.
That's V2. That's version 2.
Anybody go a robotics engineer?
Exactly.
Exactly.
I think the last, I want to say the last cruise ship I was on was, I want to say Norwegian had a robotic bartender. It might have been the one we were on with Sharon and Jonathan Weaver, but one of the cruise ships I've been on recently had a robotic bar and bartender.
Okay. Just up in, that Cork airport where you flew out of there then?
Yeah.
Was it Cork? No, I flew over Cork. But the airport hotel, they have a robot that goes around and collects the dishes.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. I've seen them in grocery stores. I'm trying to think of other places I've seen robotics. They have the pancake makers at Alaska Airlines. So they're automatic pancake makers, which doesn't have that much to do with AI necessarily, but it just spits the batter onto a belt, and then the belt cooks the pancake and it falls off at the end. But it's automation for certain. I don't know how much AI goes into it.
Well, I think it's awesome around the AI, honestly.
Yeah. It's definitely the future.
Yeah, we have a lot of to learn, to teach.
Yeah, this year will be kind of all the agents, I think, will be the big focus on that, I was at an interesting talk there this week in the Cork AI Club, and one guy was talking about energy that all the data centers are going to use. So one of the interesting facts was that this year, every AI cluster in the world, right, the amount of energy they're using is 1 gigawatt. So to put that into perspective, where I am, the whole of County Cork, right, there's probably population of about 400,000 people. We use 1 megawatt of electricity, and that's the equivalent of that's every house and every factory, right?
Yeah.
So that's the equivalent of Elon Musk's data center that he has in Tennessee. At the moment, the grid can't support his electricity for his AI cluster. They have 10 gas turbines pulled up on trucks outside fueling the AI center. So this year, every data center around the world is using AI is going to use 1 gigawatt, okay? And in the next 2028, that's going to be gone up to 10 gigawatts, right? That's incredible power. But these are kind of the big companies now that estimate what's going to happen. So by 2030, that 10 gigawatts, they estimate they're going to need 100 gigawatts. You know, so all the energy companies in the US at the moment are actually reviving 3 Mile Island. Microsoft is working with some company there too. So that's some interesting fact around the AI as well, you know, for people.
Yeah. Now we have the most powerful AI, but we haven't the energy to the AI.
Yeah.
in the next topic.
So like something has to break, like, you know, if they're going to be looking for 10 gigawatts by 2028, and we're only using 1 gigawatt now, that's incredible.
Yep.
Yeah, that's crazy growth, especially if you think about Microsoft trying to do carbon neutral by, I think it's 2030 that they're trying to be carbon neutral.
Yeah.
And, if you have that much growth in the power that you're consuming, that means that you have to accelerate your offset.
Yeah. So the other interesting fact, you know, these servers that actually run the AI with the GPUs in them, a normal server will last somebody about 5 years before they have to do it. These new AI servers won't last that long around. They'll have to be refreshing them nearly every year or every 2 years. That's another interesting fact. So look, we're gone over the hour, so I'll end the live show. You don't have to leave now, guys, but thanks everybody for tuning in to us here for the Azure and AI Show. We'll be back again next week at the same time, and thank you, guys.
Yep. Hi, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.